The following is a snippet of a released video discussing Season 13 Ranked, link down below. Ranked is not for everyone. High-level competitive, skill-measuring Apex Battle Royale, some may call it boring. And it is because at the end of the day, the skill is decision-making. It is about patience, and good Apex matches on average last 20 minutes. The problem with the Apex community is that you are all a bunch of entitled, impatient dolts that want instant gratification, and this game mode is not that, at least on a competitive level. And this is simply because of the RNG nature of the game. To create skill, to create consistency, you need to mitigate that as much as possible. If we were to break down, say, the average 20 minutes of a match, what are you supposed to do? The first 5 minutes, while I have established, are the most unskillful part of the game, so your objective is to gear up to increase your chances of surviving. The next 10 minutes, the mid game, is about decision making. Do you assume risk and get KP? Or do you evaluate endgame and wait it out? These are all personal decisions and can vary based on team and player confidence. It is your choice as a player to make it boring and slow or fast paced. But understand this is a risk game, and your risk will only be rewarded if you get placement, since that is the objective of the game. You do not deserve or are entitled to be rewarded because you are a risk taker. You are a gambler, and gamblers don't get rewarded because they gamble. They get rewarded when they win. The last 5 minutes, well, they're the most chaotic and skillful part of the game, now that everyone's choices had led them to be there. Obviously, like I mentioned before, RNG luck is always present, but at least in this stage of the game, it's in the lowest factor. Anything that happens is based on someone else's reaction and action. This, again, is a high-level breakdown of a single Apex Battle Royale match, but this is a standard, a skeleton. And you have to understand this conceptually, but that is only the beginning. That afterwards, what you do with that is what matters. You players just want the game to work a certain way because you don't have the brain capacity to think things through. ALGS is why Apex Ranked was modeled the way it was. The reason pros don't contest at POI is because they all understand my point about the first part of a match is always the unskillful part, period. ALGS kills were never capped that I am aware of, as it should be, because we want players to be motivated to take risks and fight. At the end of the day, placement matters the most because that is the objective of the game. Now, Ranked is not ALGS, and it's supposed to be for everyone. All levels of skills, all types of players should be allowed to play Ranked. Clearly, you cannot have a shadow contract, don't land here, because, well, no one's gonna do that in public matches. We now have the ability to take risks and fight and get rewarded if we place high, therefore being rewarded for taking that risk. Being passive only is now punishable. Being W key only is now punishable. It is now about this player's decision to take risk and accept the consequences of said risk. The game's skill that is being measured is correctly now balanced to highlight proper decision making on a consistent basis. If you make poor decisions constantly, you will not climb. If you make good decisions constantly, you will climb. If you are inconsistent in your decision making, guess what? You will get stuck. Ranked is objectively bad right now, and if you agree or want to know more about what I think about Ranked, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, as I have some thoughts to make it better. I'll see you soon. Adios.